That is a nice back seat. Was that redone?
No, actually, as far as I know, that is the original pattern. This was reupholstered, but as you can see, I have to.
I took mine. When I got the Falcon, it was the same seat cover. They just redid the foam and stuff. We did it at that place by the auction in Manheim.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of places around here. I just haven't gone.
Okay, well, it's been running, so I don't need to pump it.
No, you should be good. Should we start right over?
All right.
Yeah,
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Is that it?
Yep, there it goes.
Hey, that's smooth.
Brakes off. Yeah, it's a little rough when you're at a stop sign and drive.
Oh, I missed that in the Falcon. People who, you gotta have steel, cold ice running through your veins if you're not into 60s cars, man. Did it just stall?
No. No, it idles pretty well. The guy who owned it before me put a Rochester Monojet on it, which is not the factory carburetor.
All right.
But
does it have a CFM rating? Uh-oh, this got loose on me. I adjusted the rear.
As long as you can see it out of it, that's all that matters.
Right.
I adjust it pretty much every time I drive.
You want to see better out of these things? Just get yourself a Broadway mirror. They clip on.
Really?
So amazing. That's what I use in the Falcon. Oh, it's so good. Whoops. Hey, those brakes aren't teabag.
As long as his teeth don't end up in the back of my head.
Just like, hey, this is way faster than the Falcon was originally.
All right.
Hey, this thing moves all right. Am I in drive? That was probably second gear. Those things dig. Okay, drum brakes, you get the immediate grab and then you get nothing. Oh, I love these ratios on these manuals. This has a recirculating ball.
Yep.
And you get a lot of play.
But it's nice and easy to
It's
crank.
easy.
I can even, it took some getting used to, but I can roll it with my palm.
Okay.
Which is...
Yeah, there's the tug.
So that's because I haven't gotten the brake adjusters completely put back.
Now this has a fancy feature in that it tells you in what direction the turn signals are flashing, as opposed to the Falcon, which doesn't.
It just tells you it's on.
It's just like a motorcycle.
It's just on.
Well, yeah, it's on.
It's got reverse lights too, which...
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you. You have to tell people you're backing up.
I feel like...
You don't feel safe enough. You don't trust people that they got eyeballs. You gotta have white lights in the back of your car.
When my buddy and I, when I first bought this and he was talking about his Rambler, I felt like it was that episode of Communist Cars from Top Gear.
Yeah.
We're just comparing about who's got the shittiest options on there.
Yeah.
It's a little floaty. I'm gonna do.
See, for people who are watching me drive this, it looks like it's kind of normal. There's all these little micro adjustments you need to do with 60s cars, like left, right, they wander a little bit within the lane. So you're always just a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right. And also, these old cars are way lighter than they look. There is no safety bracing at all. Yeah, there's the... And also, drum brakes, as I am remembering, initially bite in really, really strong, and then they fade. Then they immediately fade.
Real fast.
Oh, do they fade? Disc brakes, exact opposite. Yeah, look at that. The ratio's enough. I can do it with one hand. I'm not pussy. And then you let it go and it won't.
Oh yeah.
God, it spins back. When you drive the Falcon, you're going to notice that, okay, that has rack and pinion steering. So it is... Sorry. Everybody in the back here, you just go a little bit. See, the driver has the advantage because you got this big wheel to hang on to, but if you just do those little brake checks, everybody in the back, you got nothing to hang on to. And Derek is doing the right thing because the passenger doesn't have an oh shit handle, but they do have this section of the door and where it meets the smoker window. That's what you're hanging on to. Man, I gotta get seatbelts in the Falcon. That would make such a big difference.
It's nice. Even if they're only laps, they'll still prevent you from getting thrown.
Yeah, they're not gonna prevent a concussion, but they're going to prevent you from sailing right through this dash, which is right here at my knuckle.
Which is metal and probably not safety glass.
Oh, I said dash, I meant glass, yeah. So, and all the cars are made exactly the same. You kind of, there is the argument that all cars are today are the same, but all cars in the 60s were the same. Here's where your mono speaker would be. Here are your defroster vents. Notice there is no vents for your face here. It either blows warm air down there or warm air up there. And heaven forbid, like, I don't know if, okay, brake, easy, 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 easy. Heaven forbid you wanted a power steering or air conditioning. I don't know if air conditioning was offered on any of these sort of cars.
I do not know either, but I love this. Not only do you have your corner windows, which are great,
yeah,
you have these, which are a foot vent.
Oh, look at you. You have a little handle that helps you open your foot vents.
For when you don't want
I have to go down there and open the door myself. You and your assisted little plunger here. My ivory hands cannot be soiled by touching a hinge. I'm General Motors. We have extra money to give you this little plunger there.
Eventually it'll pop off when you don't. Like this one. Oh yeah.
Fancy Dan. Oh, that's your
temp doesn't actually pull out, it just pulls off.
You and your electric wipers. What's next? Washers?
None of that.
Speaking of lights, I'm gonna give. Did that slow my blinker down just by turning on the lights? Does this have an alternator or is it generator?
Generator, as far as I know.
I think it does. You turn on the headlights, your turn signals slow down. Because the voltage, there's less voltage going to probably the thermal breaker there.
So I think I'm gonna. It's got a points ignition.
Yeah. Oh, this thing has points. Oh yeah, the Falcon would have had points too.
I'm gonna swap it to a Hall effect. But I just haven't done it yet. Just a little reliability stuff.
Is this a dimmable? Oh, you. You bougie bitch. Here. Dimmable.
We're good this way.
Good there?
Right.
All right.
On the right.
Yeah. All right, so this is foot on the floor. Shifting into the second gear. Yeah. So, like the Falcon, it has acceleration. It has one acceleration speed, and that's accelerating. Push the pedal 1/4 of the way down, push it all the way down, doesn't matter. Accelerates at the same speed. Amazing. Like they say, they're only original once, and you know, for a third, if the Falcon would have been a third car, it probably would have stayed. No, it wouldn't. I would have got the 200 Power Master, put that in there, so it would look stock, but I would have an extra like 40 horses. But yeah, as a third car, keep it original, keep it enjoyable. Like this is how it was actually done.
Yeah, that's kind of. So I did the coil, and I'm gonna do a points ignition swap out for the Hall effect.
I think I would feel, if I would drive this thing more, I think if with me, I still would buy the triple gauge setup and put it down there, just so I could know what that engine's doing. Yeah, know if it's getting hot, because you have an unshrouded fan in here, and yeah. But if they didn't need them in the day, I guess it would just be like, well, just when you. What's that? What's that?
Probably rubbing the fender. Tires are a little wide.
Okay, so you have, these are original wheels but fatter tires you put on?
No, they're torque thrust. They're American.
Oh, duh! I should have saw that. American Racing. Sorry.
I have the originals. The guy who owned it before, I don't know if it was the guy before me or the guy before him, put the torque thrust on it, and I have the originals, but the tires are garbage, so there's no point in putting it on. I just run the torque thrust.
Probably in there a wider tire too.
Yeah, but it drops a little bit on the front.
You know what, but though, when it gets rainy and you gotta stop, yeah, it's nice to have those wide wheels. What are these, like 195s?
No, they might be 205. 205.
205.